Now, the third point, this is the third point, void main. Already in previous concepts, I briefed about the main. The main is like a manager. So, this is a main function. Every program, every C program must have a main function. Every office must have a manager. Like that, every C program should start with a main function. That is a rule. Without main, there is no C program. But it is like any other function, like a printf, scanf, square root, pow, etc. and all that. Okay, what is the difference? It is also an employee like, but manager. Other functions may be there in a program or may not be there, but main is must. Main is a must, and that's why we start our program with the main. And here void is there. Actually, at this stage, I cannot give you the complete details of this void, and I give you a brief detail that is enough for you uh, right now. Actually, void represents, it does not return anything. Does not return anything. Does not return anything. I have to explain through a real life example. A function, as I told you already, it is like a real life specialist. Real life specialist, like a carpenter, a cleaner, a tailor, a mason, like that. So, if you analyze that, all specialists in real life can be classified into only three groups. Three groups. First group, you don't give anything, you need not give anything to them, and they provide their service and they won't return anything to you. That is the first type. You need not give anything and they won't give you anything after completion of the work. Second type, you give something but they do not return anything to you after completion of the work. Third one, you give something to them, they give some other thing, some other different thing by a value addition or processing. So, all type of specialists in real life can be classified into three groups. First type of specialist, you don't give anything, they do not return anything. Second one, you give something, they do not return anything. Third time, you give something and they return some other thing. For this also, write examples I give you. First one, a cleaner. You engaged a cleaner to clean your house. You don't give anything. Any material you don't give. And they clean and go. They do not return anything. That is cleaner, first type. Second type, some other specialist. You give something, but they do not return anything. You engage a painter to paint the walls. For that, you have to give paint. They paint and go. They won't return anything. Third one, you give something, they give some other thing after processing or after value addition. Take example of tailor. Tailor, you give cloth, tailor gives dress. Understand? This is three types. That means first two types you see, first two types they don't give anything. So that is represented by void. Suppose somebody does not give anything, do you carry any bag? Somebody does not give anything, you need not carry any bag to take that. Somebody gives something means you have to carry bag. What bag? They may give liquid, they may give solid, they may give rice, they may give oil, they may give 1 kg, they may give 10 kgs. So depending on the nature of the commodity, volume of the commodity, you have to carry bag. Understand? So this tells what type of bag you have to carry or you need not carry anything. So a function is like a specialist. It may return or may not return anything to you. So it does not return anything means we represent it by void. This is called return type. That means a function does not return anything to you. Don't worry about carrying a bag and all that. That also should be specified, that you understand. If they give something means what type of bag, immediately ask. They give you something means you bring it means immediately ask which type of bag I have to carry. Otherwise you make an inquiry on your own what type of thing they are giving, how much quantity they are giving. Depending on that you carry the container. Understand? Here simply understand, main does not return anything. It won't give anything. So that's why we earmark it as void main. Whenever you write main, you write void main. That is the meaning of that. Main is the manager of your program. It calls whatever functions are required. In this case, let us seriously think. Now, what is the task of the program? Writing a string on the monitor screen. A writer is required. So, you use same words. Main called printf. Printf is a writer. Main called the writer. Printf. And suppose you called a painter to write something on the signboard. Something on your signboard. Then what you have to do? You have to give text. Text. The text, whatever text you have given, the painter writes the text on the signboard. In the same manner, now main called printf is like a painter or writer. Then it will provide the text. Hello C, that is a string. Then once it is executed, then hello C is printed. Okay, now this is the body. Already in previous concepts I explained. What is that? Start program, stop program. Start program is represented by opening brace and stop program is represented by closing brace. This is called body of the main. Body of the main is like an office. A manager is there in the front cabin and remaining in the office. It is a hall. There he calls all the employees. He appoints an accountant, a receptionist, a finance manager, a DTP manager. Like that, he appoints many managers, many people, many specialists who are required to perform his task. So you assume this, the manager, this is the entire office. Here, whatever specialists are required, main calls. Here, for this task, only one writer is required, main called printf. Printf, how it is available? Because of the inclusion of, because of this linking, printf is available. This point you have to understand. This is the strategy and the structure of the C program. All these points, actually this is just a 6 lines program and almost more than half an hour I explained, but one time only. You need not learn all these elements for every program. One time learn thoroughly. Actually, without having conceptual understanding, if you go for corresponding applications, corresponding programs and all that, it gives you half knowledge. It is like without having blueprint constructing a house or constructing any building. Understand? So concept is the core. Once you first achieve conceptual understanding and own it, thereafter go for corresponding applications. Don't be impatient. You enjoy concepts. Once you enjoy the concepts and all that, multiple times of enjoyment you can get in applications. Without conceptual support, if you go for applications, it is like a blind man walk. Blind man also every day reaches certain destinations, whatever he wants, but he never be comfortable in reaching his destination. Always one threat is there. So if you don't have conceptual understanding and straightly go for applications, you feel like a blind man only. You'll never be comfortable in programming. Always you have a feeling, a threat, what type of problem may come and all that. So that is the importance of the concept. Don't ignore that and understand. Not only depending on my explanation, go through the corresponding test once, then you can have complete understanding. So with this explanation, I explained each and every element of this program. So, in forthcoming chapters, we write many programs, but the whatever explanation I have given for all these elements are 100% applicable to all other programs. That's why you treat it as a very core lesson among all these chapters.